to be quite honest, my dear lady, I was looking at you through the corner of my eye simply because I have this feeling, unless I'm mistaken, of course, but I do sincerely feel that we have met each other before, my dear lady.
It does seem to me, dear sir, that I have indeed seen you somewhere before.
Oh, how curious! What a bizarre coincidence. Was it in Manchester? Because I used to live there, the city of Manchester.
That is quite possible, dear sir. I too am originally from the city of Manchester.
You too? How bizarre!
That is curious. But I do not have a good memory, so I cannot tell if it was there that I got a glimpse of you or not.
I would agree, since I left the city of Manchester around, 5 days ago.
How curious!
Curious?
What a bizarre coincidence! I too, sir, left the city of Manchester about 5 weeks ago.
Oh, curious indeed. About today, I took the train from Manchester, which leaves at around 8:30 in the AM and arrives in London at 4:45, my dear lady.
That is curious.
Now tell me, how curious that would be if you came from the same train?
I cannot recall, my dear sir.
I took the cabin number 6, compartment number 8 on that very same train that I just mentioned.
I too, sir. I took the same train.
Well, I travel by second class. No one actually does that, especially in London, but I travel second class. My dear lady?
I too, sir, travel second class.
Well, then it must be in second class that we met each other, my dear lady. I most certainly, might not.
Dear sir, I cannot recall.
I took the seat number 6, right next to the window, in the compartment number 6 and the cabin number 8, my dear lady.
My dear sir, good Lord, what a coincidence. My seat was seat number 6, right across from you.
Well, yes. Weren't you the same lady that asked me to put her bag on the luggage rack and the same lady that I asked for permission to smoke? Weren't you the one?
I do not recall that detail, sir.
Well, I must be mistaken then, of course. In London, my dear lady, I live on Bromfield Street.
I too, sir, Bromfield Street.
And on Bromfield Street, my dear lady, I live in building number 15.
How curious is that?
Yes.
I too live in the same flat.
You live in the same building on the same street? Well, I live on the 5th floor on the building number 15 on Bromfield Street in apartment number 9.
I too, sir. What a bizarre coincidence.
So now what you're saying is, we live on the same street, in the same building, the same floor, in the same flat. It must be there in the flat that we have met, don't you see, my dear lady?
Dear sir, I don't think that is quite possible. I can't recall.
In my bedroom, my dear lady, I have a bed, of course, and it's covered with a green eider-down. It's placed quite strategically next to the corridor. On one side we have the bookcase, and on one side we have the WC. So
I too, sir, have a bed that has green eider-down, placed very strategically right next to the corridor between the bookcase and the WC.
well, my dear lady, in that case, makes it quite clear that we probably met on that very bed in the same bedroom of the same building on Bromfield Street. My dear lady.
Curious. And that is quite possible. That is not unlikely.
It is.
But I do not remember, dear sir.
Are you sure? Are you certain? Well, it must must be that I'm mistaken. It is quite a bizarre coincidence, though. I have a daughter, my dear lady. She's a splendid little girl, pretty, blonde. She has one red eye and one white eye. I named her Alice.
I do, dear sir. I do have a daughter who has one red eye and one white eye.
Yes.
She is blonde and her name is Alice.
Then, well, my dear lady, now I am sure, and it's certain as a fact, that we had the same daughter, conceived on the same bed, with the green either down, with the balcony, or the corridor, with the WC on Bromfield Street. It only means one thing, my dear lady, that you are indeed my wife. Elizabeth! I finally found you!
It was you!
It was me, yes. Oh, what were the chances of getting lost? And finally, we have found each other. Let's not lose each other anymore. Right this way.